What's going on, guys? It's me, Dreamliner Fan 2016 here, and today we have the NG Models March 2025 releases for you guys. I'm eager to see what NG Models has to do for March 2025, as their release set is actually short than what they would used to before. There are like a total of 6 models on that release set, so this was something I never saw from NG. This is kind of like the first time I ever seen NG Models do a short release set. So yeah, they have like a total of 4 1 to 400s, but they also inserted some 1 to 100. So there's 6 1 to 400 models and 2 1 to 200 models, and it consists of 2 737s, 2 747 here for like the 1 400 section. There are 2 737 800s, 2 747 8s, 1 777 300, and 1 MD-80. But as for the 1 200s, there is a total of 1 737 and 1 757 200. But we'll just see what NG Models has to offer. I think the reason is because I think the Chinese New Year is currently still ongoing in China, so it makes sense for them to release a smaller release set. But in NG's hint releases, there were some models that were going to be already there in the first place, so it's more in particular a 747. I think because they already hinted out that there was going to be a Korean Air 747-8 and a VC-25B, which is the Air Force One 747-8. I think there could be also be Deltas. I think I was scrolling through Instagram and I saw it. I know there's a Delta, but I don't know what aircraft it was. And there's some kind of some special. I'm not really quite sure, but we'll just see. But without being said, let's get into this short release set from NG Models. So without being said, let's get into the NG Models March 2025 releases. And let's see what we have first on deck for this month. Okay, so we're already there at the releases. Let me just zoom out. Just want to make sure I don't see them. Okay, so alright, let's get started. So shortest release set from NG Models I have ever seen by far. I'm not sure if they released some shorter releases before, but this is my first time seeing a short release from NG. So without being said, let's see what NG Models has to offer for March 2025. So let's get started with our first aircraft, which is going to be... Okay, so we got a Garuda in Indonesia Boeing 737-800. This is in the Pokemon Pikachu Jet GA livery, and I did hint to this one already, so Garuda Indonesia is one of the airlines to offer some Pokemon liveries, so yeah, so this is a really cute looking livery, I'll say. It's a very nice and spectacular livery. Let me zoom in so I can see the Pokemons. So you got Squirtle right there, there's Pikachu, and then there's a Butterfree, and then there's also a Manta Ray Pokemon. I remember because I caught this Pokemon on Pokemon Go. I kind of got into the trend into Pokemon and all that stuff, and kind of getting to Pokemon cards, but I kind of forgot the name of this Manta Ray, but I only know these 4. And then there's also a Seahorse Pokemon too, but still, this is a really cool livery, and I think Garuda Indonesia did a wonderful job on this special. Anyways, let me zoom out. Oh, okay. I want to make sure that there's nothing else. So that aircraft is registered Papa Kilo Golf Mike uniform. And yeah, really cool to see NG Models do another Pokemon play. Alright, so that's it for the Garuda. Let's see what our next 738 is. And that's gonna be... Okay, so we got a Korean Air 747. This was already hinted out in the first place. And it's the last... Ooh, this is really cool. It's the last built 747-8 passenger plane. So here it is, Korean Air 747-8. I already knew this was gonna be in that release set. So here she is, the Korean Air 748. I will actually be getting this model because I remember I would see this I think the last time I saw one, because mainly I would see them at Taipei. The last time I saw one in Taipei, Taiwan, and I think they would also fly to Atlanta too. So haven't got an actual good photo of one, but I'm excited to get this model because it's a Korean Air 747-8, and it's also the last built passenger 747-8i. So that's on my list, right? That's on my list in the long run, I'll say. That aircraft is registered Hotel Lima 7644. And yeah, it should be a really cool model. And once again, it was revealed on the NG releases that a Korean Air 748 will be there. So really cool to see that right there. And in addition to the Korean Air, of course, I've seen the recent Korean Air new livery. It's a interesting livery. It's a controversial livery to some, but I mean, I have no words about that livery. I think it could have been done a little bit better, but I mostly prefer this one because of that iconic Pepsi logo. Anyways, let's move on to our next plane, the next model, which is going to be... Okay, so we got a Trump 752. This is with a national flag. Okay. Oh, they did release this in 1/400 scale. Oh, I see. So, really interesting right here. So we got our Trump 757. I know Gemini Jets did this before, NG did, but I mean, like, I'm not really, like, want to go into much either way. Like, it's a controversial topic on the president, of course, but I don't want to go into further detail about him, but I'll say his plane is really cool, and I would love to get this model because of NG's 757 model, which is pretty much the best in the market, like in the 1/400 market by far. But I already got a Gemini Jets version, and the Gemini Jets version is already sold out. So now it's your chance to get this one from NG Models if you miss out on the Gemini. But for me, I think I'll pass on this one. Either way, I already got a Gemini Jets version of this aircraft. So November 757 Alpha Foxtrot is the registration on this plane. And were they supposed to do... Okay, so like... Okay, is that it's 1/400, huh? I did not expect them to like do a 1/400. That's interesting. Because like I know there was no 757, there was no 1/400 757 listed on that hints. So I'm not sure why they're including this in the 1/400 section, but we'll see in the 1/200 section. Anyways, let's move on. Next up, there. Oh, okay, that's different. That's different. This is just a regular Trump 757 with the T logo. So similar to what they did in 1/400 in the 1/200. Oh wait, I see. I think I'm mistaken because like. Okay, so I think there's no 1/200 757, but NG Models did all the Trump 75 variants in 1/200 scale again already. So this one features the T logo back then, and this one features the American flag. So really cool on how NG Models is doing this. Once again, controversial topic on the president, but I'm not going to go into further much details. No political comments, please. It's a really cool plane. Trump has a really cool plane, I'll say. Alright, let's see what we have next. Next up, and there it is. This is the Boeing VC-25B. This is the classic design of the future Air Force One. And it's a really interesting concept, I'll say. We have not seen the actual, like, because, like, they're currently these 747-8s, which I think they were supposed to be delivered to Transaero, but that airline gone belly up. So these two 747-8s were then transferred to are going to be converted into presidential planes, and I think they're currently in the San Antonio facility getting the modifications. But Gemini Jets did this before, and yeah, it's a really interesting airplane, I'll say. I would love to see them keep this design, but we'll see. But I mean, it's a really cool concept. I'm not sure if I want to get this or not, but yet again, I'm not sure. I think that the new Air Force One should be flying in the late decades, okay, like 2029, 2030, so it's a long way there, but we'll see. I'm not really quite sure if I want to get this, but that's something I do want to talk about in the long run. So that aircraft has a registration 30000. It's kind of like the serial number 30,000, but yet again, that's on a future plan. I don't want to try to go into details about that. Anyways, moving on. Let's see what our next model is from this deck. And next up, okay, so we have another VC-25B. This is also in 1/400 scale. And this is a different one. So this is the new design of the Air Force One, and I'm not sure if this is really gonna be taken in effect, but I know I know Donald Trump, which is the person who designed this plane. Once again, no political comments about him. I'm not trying to make this does not have to do with Donald Trump and his political view. It's that Trump ended up proposed Siri, be quiet. Anyways, sorry about that. Anyways, Donald Trump, or President Trump in this case, he was the one who designed this livery, and I'm not sure if it's gonna take effect on this, but we'll just see. I mean, like, honestly, I rather prefer the old version, but who knows which livery the new Air Force One will be in. But I mean, it's a okay design. I mean, like, I think the livery itself, it just looks so different compared to like the iconic one, the iconic livery. But we'll just see. Once again, I'm not trying to make a political comment about him, but it's a really cool concept. But yet again, no political comments about our current president. And yeah, same registration, same thing, just different design. Alright, so moving on, next up, so we got all the 747-shades. I'm surprised, because, like, we only got, like, 2 747-shades who went for it. They ended up making, like, 3, which once again, I'm surprised. Alright, so now moving on, next up, okay, Air China 777-300ER Star Alliance livery, okay. We'll see if I want to try to get this. It's another Air China livery, but I might see if I want to try to go for this. This is the Ultimate Collection package, and I'm assuming there might be another one in just a regular packaging, but I'm not. Oh my god, did I see this plane before? Okay, I don't think I have yet, but I know like Air China would mostly bring their planes, their 333s to SFO, but who knows when they're gonna bring this particular plane. But I think that's a grab for a future. That's a grab that I'm going to be getting in the future. I'm not want to try to get it right now, but that's kind of like a future hold. Maybe if I see this exact airplane, then yes, but who knows? It's just a long way there. So that aircraft is registered Bravo 2032, and I'm assuming we may have a regular packaging. Yes, we do. So nothing much to go over. Same song, second verse, but once again, that's a model I want to save for the long run. I'm not want to try to get it right now. Plus, I don't think I've never seen this livery yet, so who knows. Anyway, so that's our Air China 333s, and then we move on to one solo MD-80. And what is that going to be? Okay, so we have another Air China 333. Okay, alright, so it has the... Okay, I see. So it has the 15-year stickers for Star Alliance. So this is the sticker that celebrates 15 years of the Alliance. Okay, it has the same registration as the previous two, so same song, second verse. There's only one minor difference. The rest is just like a regular Star Alliance livery, which again, I'm not really want to complain too much about that. But yeah, really cool on how NG Malls is like. It may be a duplicate, but yet again, it's just a minor difference on this one. So yeah. The same registration, they just added the 15 years of Star Alliance sticker. Alright, so now moving on to our MD-80. And what's our MD-80? Oh, yes, Delta MD-80. Oh my god, what is in the latest? Oh, okay. Alright. Oh man. Okay, this is a really good release. Oh my god, like the Delta MD-88. I don't think we haven't had a Delta MD-88 current livery in a long time. Gemini Jets was the last one who made this. I'm not sure what year it was, but I'm really happy to see that NG Mouse is going on the trail of releasing a Delta MD-88. So yeah, and I do have a Delta MD-88 in my collection. That one is from Gemini Jets and the Colors of Motion livery, but I will actually be getting the latest livery. I don't really recall if I seen a Delta MD-88, but I may have in 2015, but I may have saw it with my own eyes, but I never had a picture of one. But yeah, like, unfortunately, I don't think I never got, like, a picture of a Delta MD-88, but I think many of them are stored in Victorville, so I can, like, just go there and see them. But yet again, this is a cool model, and I would highly likely get this model, because, like, the Delta MD-88 is one of, like, the most iconic fleets in Delta's fleet. So yeah, that's on my list right there. So Delta MD-8, that's on my list. That aircraft is registered November 999 Delta November. And yeah, it's in the upward and onward livery, so that's really cool. Anyways, moving on down, I think that's it for our releases. Actually, we got a couple more. So we have we're now moving on to the 1-200 section. So now we have a Honeywell 757-200. This is the old livery with the test engine. So, NG models, okay, this is like the older like its older counterpart. So Edge Balls actually did this in 1/400 scale. They did a Honeywell 752 test bed played with the Idjit, and what's really cool, this acts like an interactive model. So the only interactive piece you'll get is the Idjit. So I think you can just like take off the Idjit and then just kind of like place it back in. That's a really cool concept. And from what I see on the remarks or the notes, it'll feature the test Idjit, which the 1/200 counterpart of this model will feature the interactive Idjit, which is a pretty cool concept, I'll say. And that's going to be released in 1/200 scale. That aircraft is registered November 757 Hotel Whiskey. And let's see if we have the current livery. Okay, we do not, but we do have a China United Airlines 737-800, and this is in the city of Wenzhou livery. I'm not sure if I pronounced that name correct, but they did this in 1/400 scale before, so now they're gonna be releasing it in 1/200 scale. So really cool. It's a really cool livery. Once again, I don't think I want to collect this model because they don't fly internationally. They fly internationally around Asia, but never in like the US or Europe, so not on my list right there. But to anyone who loves collecting Chinese models, then you can get this model because it's a very pretty looking livery. You got like all the various like Chinese characteristics, and yeah, one of the coolest liveries, I'll say. That aircraft is registered Bravo 7563. And I think that's it. Do we have more? Yeah, oh actually we do have, ooh, okay, so we have stands. Oh, I never seen this. Oh, actually they're selling stands separately. Huh, that's really cool. So here's a classic stand, which is for narrow body planes, and then you got like a medium sized stand for 1-400 wide bodies, and then 1-200 narrow body planes and 1-200 regional. So really cool how NG Models is now producing stands, like selling stands. So yeah, here's like a really cool picture of one. So I do have a couple of stands from NG Models. However, I'm not sure if I place them on correctly, but the screwing part is kind of like the problem here, like that I never like got to like the ceiling, like the ceiling portion, like which is me basically using the screw to seal it. That's kind of like a hard concept for me because it tends to be loose, but I'll try to fix that at some point in the future. And then here is the medium sized stand, so kind of like the same stand, but I think it's just slightly larger. And the medium size, and I think the prices are fair on this one. So the small stand costs $4 and the medium sized stand costs $5. So that's a good pricing right there. And then we got more. Ooh. Okay, so this one is just 1-400 wide body liners, 1-240 narrow bodies, and then you got a classic metal stand for 1-200 narrow bodies. So this is the large stand. So yeah, nothing much to go over. So those are the same metal stands. That one costs $6, and this one costs $1, which is just a plastic stand for 1-400 737 NGs. And let me see that. Okay, is it actually? Okay, there it is. There's a picture of one, but yeah, these are just for 1-400 NG planes. Yeah, like I honestly really like the plastic design because there's like some kind of clamp that's there. It's not like a, like a metal piece. Like there's like something like similar to this. It's not really like that, but I'm assuming there's like some kind of like supporters over there. So okay, it comes in like a snap fit. So really cool. So yeah, you got the base, like the base right there, and then you got the leg, and then I'm guessing that could be the support beam to help hold the model in place. So that's really cool right there. And yeah, you can just get the stand for $1. And then you got more. These are for 1-400 787 Dreamliners. This is the medium size stand right there. Yeah, same concept as before. And then you got a plastic stand for 1-400 747-8s. So yeah, I'm guessing that's like the same concept, but it says a failed image, so I'm not sure why that's there. And of course, you got our 1-400, or just like 1-400 747 stands. So really cool on how they're separating stands into different sections for each category of aircraft. So that's really cool for NG Models to do right there. And yeah, both of them cost $1. So yeah, surprised on how the plastic stands, instead of like the metals, those cost like $3, $4, like $3, $5, $6, while most of the plastic stands cost $1. So that's really good, and it's a really fair price, I'll say, for these plastic stands. So might want to try to get a couple more stands from NG Models at some point in the future. In addition, NG Models also released the Alaska Airlines Boeing 737-800 in the Disney's Toontown livery. really cool to see them release Toontown. I believe a model manufacturer made this before, but it's really amazing to see Edgy models do the Toontown livery. I have seen this plane a couple of times, so it's really nice to see them do this in 1/4 of the scale. And yeah, that aircraft was registered November 565 Alpha Sierra, so that aircraft is on my list. And that's it for the Edgy Models March 2025 releases. So overall, it is a small month, like a small set, and then you can see all like the various like models that were released. The Air China models are delayed, so we're gonna have to wait on those. The Delta MD, well, not Delta, so I'll talk about the Deltas, but we do have the American MD-88s, or MD-82s, I'm sorry, with the early version, or the what is that? The pointed empennage is still available, and I think the previous one was also available too, but the black nose with the working together titles is still available as of late. So I think that's because the plane features the titles or some kind of special stickers, so that's why it's not sold out yet. But I will say the model looks really, really nice here in 1/4 scale, and then you can see a front view. They did a wonderful job on this MD-8 right here. But we do have some future releases from Delta Airlines, as we do have the 100 liveries, the Centennial liveries for Delta Airlines. So this month was Delta's 100th anniversary, and then we got our releases right here. So we got the A321neo and the A350-900. Gemini Jets also did announce their A350 releases, like their Delta 100 years liveries on their feature release sets, and I think Phoenix and possibly Panda models already jumped into the game on releasing those models. But overall, I mean, yes, it is a small month, but it does make sense on why they're doing this. But they do got some really cool models in the 1/4 department, like the Trump 757 right there. That's a good release set from NG Models right there, because the Gemini Jets version is already sold out. In addition, we also got the VC-25B, and possibly what everybody's really going for is this Delta MD-88. So I'm also going to be going for this model as well, because I do want a Delta MD-88 currently in my collection, but still really coolly set. I mean, there's a couple of Chinese, I mean, there isn't much diversity because of how short this release set was, but we do got some really cool models. So Edgy Models continues the game on like releasing like good stuff for like the US collectors for 3 months in a row for this year. So I'm really surprised about that. So yeah, I think Edgy Models is kind of like currently in the situation, like the current situation for Edgy right now is starting to go strong after a rough year for Edgy in 2024. I'm glad they're bouncing back on releasing good models for the US collectors that most of us want. Like, of course, a Delta 757, as I mentioned, but many collectors wanted a Delta MD-88, so I'm really happy that NG Models has finally released a currently Delta MD-88, although those are already retired for the fleet. But still, looking forward on getting these models in the future, and we'll see what models I'll be getting for this release, and possibly that Korean Air 747-8, maybe in the future, since I will be seeing a couple of them in Atlanta. But yeah, really cool models right here, and I'm looking forward to getting them for my collection. So once again, I'll only get 2 models for this release set, so I'll be getting the Korean Air 747-8, but the one that's on high priority right now is the Delta MD-88. So let me know what models you'll be getting in the comment section below, and yeah, what do you think of this release set? I know it's a short release set from NG, but what do you think of this release set? It's overall, it's a really good release set, and we'll see what Edgy Models has to offer for April 2024 next month. So hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and turn on that post notification bell so you won't miss a video like this anytime soon. So that's it for today's video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Anyways, good night.